What is going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy SamoanRaider with our very first episode of the UCE Nation podcast with my co-host, Let 'em knows.
Mr. Fitz, y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
Yeah, hey man, I know this is the first time we're doing this, so I know we're trying to get the cranks in. And hey, I already seen a comment up in the chat already from my host, Raider Cody. Oh, this dude, I knew he was gonna be in the chat somewhere. This dude's out here saying my guy running on Samoan Standard Time. Hey, you already knew. If we say we're gonna go live at 1 o'clock, we're gonna go live at 2 o'clock. You know that's what it really is. No, but in all seriousness, Fitz, man, I know a lot has happened, especially in this past year, this past season. We had a lot of expectations. I mean, I would want to dive deep just a little bit into last season and everything that's went on. But I do want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's up in the chat right now, man. Shout out to Jacob. I see Pirates Den up in there. I see Raider Rudy, NorCal Raider. The good stuff. Cane Town Raiders up in the building as well, and obviously my OC Raider Cody was up in the building. He probably came in and came out, but shout out to everybody that's coming through right now on our very first podcast. We gonna get a little bit used to this and whatnot. And to be honest with you guys, we're kind of going top of the dome right now because uh, we just been really really busy. But Oos, you know, talking about last year, man, and all the expectations that we had. How did you feel the Raiders season went? I mean, because me and you, we kind of talked about this before the season. We did like a little Oos Nation podcast, not really like official podcast, but
Yeah,
we did do our we did
prediction.
do our what's our prediction, our record
Yeah,
prediction, and we were really really off on that, man. But how do you
we were
feel?
hell off.
Yeah, how do you feel the Raiders did to your expectations?
Last year was horrible. I mean, I was expecting a way different outcome, and yeah, we were heartbroken a lot of the times we went to the games.
It,
Yeah,
it started in week one though, huh? We
yeah,
went to the Chargers game. Shout out to my
all the way
boy.
to LA.
Yeah, and we was all hyped up. We got Devontae Adams. Derek Carr, the reuniting. We got this
Yeah,
offense is gonna be crazy. We got Josh McDaniels. Shout out to my Uso Dre out there, man. We threw a huge party week one in LA. You know, the Raider way, and we had a great time leading up to the game. We were even in the suites. We got to go down to the field. The whole ordeal, man. It was just a great experience overall until the game started.
yeah.
So I mean that was the first weekend. I was kind of pissed off. It's kind of crazy to me that even though the Chargers don't really have a lot of fans, they're the ones that get under my skin a little bit more than
Yeah.
the Chiefs or the Broncos. For me, in our division in the AFC West, so to lose to them in LA for the second year in a row for me, it pissed me off a lot. But moving on to the next game, we came to Arizona. It was our home opener, and we were all like really, really excited for that game.
Yeah.
And man,
To
I
blow
mean,
a lead like that.
I know. Remember, we were what? We were 20-0 or 20-3. It was something
21. I think it was 21 or 20 something.
No, it was 20. It was 20 to, I think they had 0 or 3. It was something really, really low. And I came up to you at halftime. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't seen it already, like go look at my vlog at the Cardinals game. I came up to Fitz at halftime. I'm like, yo, we got this in the bag. And man, little did we know, man, we was gonna lose that game in overtime. But overall, you know, it is like with everything that's went on, you know, from the whole season, there's a lot of fans out there that are really iffy on Josh McDaniels. So before I give you my thoughts, what are your thoughts on Josh McDaniels, especially after year one?
Uh, I my personal opinion, I don't really like him. I mean, I understand that you can't come in overnight and make something happen, but some of the stuff he was doing this last season was irritating as hell.
Yeah.
Some of the play calls, I don't understand it, but it is what it is.
No, I feel it. And man, there's a lot of flack on Josh McDaniels, and rightfully so. A lot of people are going to say that this was a playoff team last season. I mean, the season before he came, going into this season. But I really feel like that playoff season, it really we didn't really have a playoff caliber team. I think we were
We
just a
got lucky.
one. So for Josh McDaniels to take over, I there was a lot of questionable things, and for me, I feel like some of that blame could be put on the quarterback, especially to go out there and win games and whatnot. And I know that the play calling might not be the best, and I know that the defense wasn't the best, but there's so many times last season where you know our defense did good enough to give the offense a chance to win games, and I
Yeah,
feel like I don't know what it is. I feel like a lot of fans just love Derek Carr so much that uh, he doesn't get any blame for anything that he did last year. But for Josh McDaniels, like I said, I'm one of those optimistic guys. I'm gonna give him a chance because
yeah,
we gave a quarterback 9 years to be over here in Las Vegas or in Oakland and Las Vegas, through all the ups and downs, and most of it might not, most of it wasn't really his fault. But Josh McDaniels in one season, I felt like he was trying to at least try to bring back most of those key pieces that we had in the so-called playoff year the previous year, extending Darren Waller, extending Hunter Renfro. I know they didn't extend Josh Jacobs, but they
yeah.
extended uh David Carr, Derek Carr. They extended Derek Carr, so they brought all the pieces together, and they also added Devontae Adams. So I felt like they were trying to do their best to at least try to make this playoff team take them back, but I guess it didn't really work out. So that's why we see the moves that we see today. So for me, I'm just still giving Josh McDaniels a chance. I'll give him another
Yeah,
year or
he's
two.
our coach, so we're stuck with him from right now. So
Yeah, yeah. So
we'll
I
see
mean,
this
like,
year.
it might not be the best, and it's not what a lot of Raider fans want to see. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to give this guy a chance, like I gave Derek Carr a chance for the past 9 years, 9 seasons. But
Yeah,
moving on from that, there's a lot of there's been a lot of questionable moves in free agency. Now, like we said, the season didn't really go as planned, but leading up to the end of the season when we weren't really going to go into the playoffs, the Raiders ended up benching Derek Carr, and that was something that was really controversial with the whole Raider Nation. One side is like, "Yo, what the hell," and the other side is like, "Thank God," that Derek Carr is sitting down. But I want to ask you, how did you feel about that move from the Raiders?
I mean this last season, like you were saying, previously, is Derek Carr had plenty of opportunities to make the game, to win games
Yeah,
at the end of the games. So by the end of the season, when they did bench him, I was kind of happy because I was upset with I'd say a few of those last games where we could have won by one touchdown,
bruh.
but Derek Carr didn't do nothing.
Bruh,
So
I'm with you on that boat, man. It's not that I didn't want. It's not that I wanted to get rid of Derek Carr or whatnot at the moment. I just felt like I wanted to see something new, and maybe that's just me, like just uh I guess being a car hater, but I don't really identify as a car hater, but
yeah,
I would say that I wanted to see something new, and then just to see Jarrett Stidham go in there, and I mean you were there at the Niner game,
hmm
Jarrett Stidham's very first game, his very first start, and this dude tore it up out there. Whether
the
or not
confidence.
yeah,
Yep.
whether or not the Niners game plan for
One,
him,
yeah.
he still went out there and made a lot of plays out there, and that's one thing that I seen that really like it really gave me a little bit of hope for who the next quarterback could be, especially if it's somebody that knows Josh McDaniel's system.
System, yeah.
Jared. I know the last game of the season didn't really go as planned as well. Jared Stidham didn't really look as good as he did against the Niners,
Yeah.
but what do you call it? That's where all the questions came in. Who could be the next Raiders quarterback? Could it be Jimmy G? Could it be Tom Brady? We were all talking Tom Brady because these are two players that played in Josh McDaniel's system, and we know. Well, I've seen a lot of things that's been going on. I've seen a lot of reports going around that. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, that Josh McDaniel's system is really tough to learn. I mean, Devontae Adams said that, and Derek Carr. I know it's going to take him a year or two to learn this new system. It's the same way he did with John Gruden, but I
Yeah.
don't think the Raiders were in that. I don't think the Raiders were in, and I don't think they were ready to wait for him to get to know the system. So that's why we all knew, Tom Brady or Jimmy G. And I know I asked a lot of Raider fans who they rather have, Tom Brady or Jimmy G moving forward. And hey, what did you say? What did you tell me?
I wanted Tom Brady. If it came down to the two, it'd been the Tom Brady. So I'm kind of nervous with this whole Jimmy G shit. So
Exactly. And I was with you on that boat too, just as well as everybody. I was on the Tom Brady train, man, to come over here. And I know he's old and all this and that, but he knows the system. He's a teacher of the game, and he would be like the perfect mentor for whoever we brought in,
yeah,
a young player. But obviously, he retired on us, and the Raiders have to go into a different direction. Uh, but but with that, moving forward to the Pro Bowl and all that, we were at the Pro Bowl. Uh, Derek Carr got to play at Allegiant Stadium one more time before he ended up being released by the team. So Derek Carr being released, then ending up signing with the New Orleans Saints.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on Derek Carr being on a new team?
I mean, he went to the Saints. Um, all of a sudden, these Saints fans think they're gonna win a Super Bowl. I don't think so, but I wish him the best. I hope he does good over there. I hope we beat them when we play them this year.
Oh, we will.
We
Well,
say that a lot.
yeah. How many times did we say that last season? We gonna
Yeah,
beat. We were gonna
every
beat
game.
12 teams last year, but we ended
Yeah.
up beating half of those teams.
Yep.
But exactly, I'm more optimistic on that. I know you said that they might not do much. They probably might not even go to the Super Bowl at all. But I do feel like the Saints are a much better team for Derek Carr than the Raiders were, and that's what I kept saying before. Was like I feel like Derek Carr needed to go somewhere else, not because he didn't really get it done here, but for him too to be better
Yeah.
somewhere else. He needs pieces around him. He needs an organization around him that at least is stable. The Raiders organization really isn't stable, and they have a they have a way better defense than we do here. They
Yeah.
have offensive weapons over there. So if he can't win there, then I mean it falls on Derek Carr. But here, the main thing was, oh, we didn't have an O line, or hey, we have a trash ass defense. So
Yeah.
if he doesn't go over there and ball out, then it's on him. But I do feel like that's the perfect situation for him. But with that said, we have a new quarterback here in Las Vegas, just announced last week, and hey, we got Jimmy G Q up in the building news. We got Jimmy G. That's our quarterback who's moving
Shit.
forward, man. Hey, Jimmy G. He knows he's familiar with Josh McDaniels' system. I mean, he went to a Super Bowl, right? He won two Super Bowls. I don't want to list all the accolades because I know it don't really mean much to a lot of people. But
Yeah.
yo, let me like, how did you feel about that move? I know you might not be the biggest
Bro,
fan.
I was talking so much shit on TikTok and Instagram about Jimmy G. So when we finally signed him, I was like, holy hell. I mean, I'm not a fan of Jimmy G.
Yeah,
I feel like he's in the same boat as Carr, but
yeah.
we'll see. I'm hoping I'm wrong because every year I say something and then something, the opposite happens. So this year I'm like hella fucking worried about this season. So hopefully,
Yeah.
you know, it's a different outcome.
And hey, I was you know, I said in my video when I posted, I said maybe it's the moves that the Raiders don't like, the Raider fans don't like, they end up
Yeah.
working out for us. But I mean, you got a point though. I mean, Jimmy G, yeah, he's won a lot of games and whatnot. And I mean, we talked a lot of shit about him because we were Raider fans. But now he's our quarterback. Do you feel like he'll be better here than Derek Carr?
I hope so. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. I hope
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, and before I lose my train of thought, shout out to my guy Vasquez, man. I'm gonna get to your comment just a little bit.
Is that Eric?
Uh, huh?
Eric Vasquez?
I think so. Yeah. What do you call it?
So Eric.
I mean, oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You called the Russell Wilson thing last year.
Yeah.
I Raider Nation. I thought that Russell Wilson going to the Denver Broncos was gonna be a slam dunk for them. I mean, I love Russell Wilson as a quarterback, and the Broncos were only a quarterback away, so they go out and sign Russell Wilson, probably the most touted quarterback in last year's free agency. And I mean, Oos, you said that they wasn't gonna do shit. And they didn't do shit. Maybe it's the coaching. Who knows? They fired their coach. I mean,
No, you can't blame the coach for him throwing the pass for on
ah,
the.
yeah, you're right.
Some of the plays he was doing was like, I knew it too. Like you said, I called it last year before the season started. Even with Josh Jacobs, remember he was my sleeper in fantasy.
Bro, I told you we both were on the Josh
Yeah,
Jacobs. I've been
yeah,
telling everybody, yo, Josh Jacobs. I mean,
yeah.
it was
And so
kind of
happened he balled out.
yo, Josh
So
Jacobs really killed. Hey, we gotta get Josh Jacobs on this podcast. But hey, we gonna work those out, man. We got a lot of things in store. But yeah, Josh Jacobs definitely. I hope. What do you think about that though? You know, Josh Jacobs got franchise tagged, and I mean, he said that he would play under it, but you know, obviously he does want to get that contract. What do you think the
yeah,
Raiders do?
they need to pay him. In my opinion, he
Yeah, yeah.
he did his thing this last year. He held it down. He won some of the games. Like
Oh,
for instance, Seattle. You know what I mean?
oh my
He put a
gosh.
stamp on that game. So
See,
pay the man his money.
bro, I'm telling you, this dude won us games. Like he put this team on his back. Like you said, yo, I can't say the same thing for number four a lot last season, but
Yeah,
2-8 was Eden last year, and every time they gave him the ball, this dude went out there and balled. He had a lot of great. I mean, he had a career year. No one
yeah,
expected. No one expected that except for a few Raider fans, and including us.
yeah,
But I do hope that they do pay Josh Jacobs. I know a lot of people might be scared to pay big bucks to a running back because that's an interchangeable position. But Josh, dude, hey, he got a tattoo, a Raiders tattoo, man. Keep this guy
exactly.
in the nation, man. Not just because he has a tattoo, but for the simple fact that he's part of this offense. And what did Jimmy G succeed with when he was at the 49ers? A great
He had a
defense
yeah,
and a great running game. And I know we don't have the defense just yet, but we bring back Josh Jacobs. We have this offensive line intact still. He can hand the ball off. He can do the little things. Like if Josh Jacobs takes the load off of Jimmy G, then I mean, it gives him more power to go out there and still make some plays to win games.
yep.
So we both agree that Josh Jacobs needs to be resigned. Uh, I don't know how much, but get it done. I mean, I don't really care about the number.
Hand
Uh,
him a bag.
yeah, but shout out to Vasquez. I know. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. We're gonna get to the chat in just a little bit after we run down everything that we do want to talk about. But shout out to Vasquez. This was one thing I seen yesterday, and I wanted to talk in today's video. I was gonna make a video about this, but since you're here, since we're talking, this is what he asked. He says we should get Cam Newton as backup. Now, yo, shout out to my guy Vasquez. Yo, did you see that clip that he posted? I mean, it's been going all over social media. Did you see that video that he posted?
No.
Okay, so I guess Cam Newton is gonna be throwing at Auburn's pro day, and they had like a little clip where he's just running around throwing the ball. He basically said that there's not 32 motherfuckers that are better than him in the league. Basically saying that he should be in the league. He should at least have a job in the league. And it's kind of surprising that they have a lot of these random players still in the league, and he's not in the league. And for me, I agree
Yeah.
with that because you think about it, you know, we had a visit, or we had a visit with Blaine Gabbert. You know, no, you're good. You're good. So I mean, you know that we had a visit with Blaine Gabbert to back up Jimmy G, and I know damn well that Cam Newton is way better than any of these other guys that we are bringing in or even talking about. You know, Drew Lock has has a job in the NFL. A guy like what? A guy like Blaine Gabbert has a job in the NFL, or not yet, but there's a lot of players out there, and I know that we're thinking about going into the NFL draft and getting a young quarterback to at least back up Jimmy G. But what are your thoughts on possibly going out and bringing in Cam Newton, or would you be open to bringing in Cam Newton?
I'd be open to have him as a backup. I'd also be open to Kaepernick.
Cap, oh, hey, I mean, sheesh, Kaepernick. That's a really what would you call it? I don't know. I have brain fart, but
I feel
Kaepernick
like
is.
Kaepernick would be a comeback story. Something happens to Jimmy G. He steps in, does his thing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing Kaepernick as a backup as well, but Cam Newton for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't, I mean, I know I seen a comment on here. Where is it at? Shout out to pulled me a long time. Cam didn't work out with New England system. I think he did okay. I think he did good enough to be a backup. Not a
Yeah,
starting quarterback, but I feel like with Josh McDaniels and what they were trying to do with him, they tried to change the playbook a little bit to cater to a guy like Cam Newton. But I mean, you do make a point. I see Marcus Mariota. Yo, hey, we definitely should have
yeah,
Marcus Mariota, man. I've been pounding the table. I mean, when we had him, I was pounding the table to start
yeah,
him at least, give him some time to go out there and show out. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of great points. Robert Galvin says I agree with Fitz. Exactly, man. So hey, Kaepernick. I know not a lot of people are fans of Kaepernick. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. You know what's crazy? I'm such an optimistic fan that whoever we talk about, most of the time, I'm like, I wouldn't mind bringing them. They got to be really trash or somebody I really don't like to say no. Like Mac Jones. There was like
yeah.
reports going around like Mac Jones possibly could come over here to the Raiders. I mean,
I
we
was
could
like, fuck
possibly
no.
trade for him, and that was one guy I was like, "Fuck no, bro." Hell no. But would it happen? Would Kaepernick come over here? Nah, I don't think so. I think that the whole situation that went on was kind of messed up with Kaepernick. I mean, he's not. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback or whatnot, but I think he's a viable backup. I think with everything that he comes with all the media attention that he gets, I don't think no team wanted to touch that. But yeah, moving on. Let's see what we got going on. I put my nose down here. Let's see. Everybody say fuck Mac Jones. I wanted to keep Denzel Perriman. Did Denzel Perriman sign with somebody? Do you know?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. So he's still out there.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen. I say, oh, you can't see the chat, huh?
No, I can't.
Okay, I see the chat, man. Shout out to the chat, man. So, okay, another big thing that just went that went on last week because free agency was crazy for the Raiders, right? And it's funny because a lot of Raider fans always expect the Raiders to go get this guy or that guy, these big names, but we don't. Wait, was there anybody in free agency that you really wanted before it all started? Like,
Before it all started, not really. I mean, yeah, actually there was a few. I wanted Bobby Wagner.
did he sign anywhere?
Not yet. He's still. I think he's still open.
Pull me
See,
on.
somebody just said Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, they
I
just
would
said.
love him as an addition to the team. Mainly him, and then Jalen Ramsey. I really wanted him.
Oh yeah,
I
that
think.
was a name that I wanted to. I mean, he got traded for what, like a third round pick or something like that.
Yeah, we could afford that. Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, Jalen Ramsey said that he wanted to be a Raider as well. So I mean, that time's gonna come. I think he's gonna be a Raider when he's already past his prime,
Yeah, that's
like
messed
most
up.
players. Uh, yeah. Oh, can you put the mic closer to your mouth? I guess I don't know. Free thinker said your mic sounds
What
muffled.
about
Where's
now?
my
What about
mic?
now?
Well, I think it's good. I still can hear you. So yeah, like a lot of things went crazy. A lot. Yo, Dominic, I see Dominic. He said we got Robert Spillane. We got Robert Spillane. Exactly, bro. We got our defensive players right there. But we'll get to the charges, but a lot of crazy things went on last week throughout free agency, and one thing that went down, other than the whole Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr situation, was us trading away Darren Waller to the New York Giants for a third round pick. What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't like that.
Nah.
I mean, I understand that he's hurt a lot. I mean, but scenario, Kittle, he's hurt a lot, but he's still a weapon when he's on the field, and I feel the same with Waller. I mean, when he's healthy, he's still a weapon.
I mean, you make a lot of good points. Do you feel? I've also heard reports going around. I think it was what's his name, Michael Lombardi, talking that this dude, what's his name? Oh, my boy went dark on me. But I heard a lot of things going around in the locker room. I guess this dude, Darren Waller, basically didn't want to show up to. I don't know what like. I forgot what it was like. He was injured, but he wouldn't want to go to like rehab or something like that. Or I don't know. There was a lot of things that went on. But as far as getting him for a third round pick, at first I was like, damn, that's all we get. But then when you look at it, Jalen Ramsey got traded for a third round pick as well. So I feel like the most we could have got for him was a second round pick, and I don't think at this point we were going to get that. So I mean, it is what it is. It just kind of sucks because he just got married to Kelsey Plum here in Las Vegas,
Yeah,
and he
man.
just got traded to another team. I mean, Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they don't mess around. I think that I think they're trying to be patient with them, but they're like, you know what? If he's not going to be here, if he's not going to be ready to suit up, and if he's not gonna uh play up to his contract because we extended him last year, but the last two seasons he's barely been on the field. Then good riddance. And at least we got something in return for him. Hopefully, we go into the draft. I mean, there's a couple of tight ends in the draft that we could go get. Some guys that I've seen. One guy that I've seen was Darnell Washington, uh, big dude. Have you seen him or any of his tapes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that
been
bro.
checking them out.
He'd be a great fit for this offense, man. He probably could go in the late first round or second round. I don't know whether or not the Raiders would get him, but I mean, he would definitely be a plug and play player here in Las Vegas. Now, speaking of the tight end position, the Raiders actually yesterday went out and signed OJ Howard,
Yeah,
which
I've seen that.
I like I said, I don't mind that move, but you the only thing I kind of question is like we traded away a player that you know had injury issues back in the I mean injury issues these past 2 years, and now we're signing a guy that also has injury issues as well. But maybe it's because he's cheaper. But what are your thoughts on OJ Howard? I know we recently signed him just yesterday.
I mean, we'll see if he stays healthy. Um, yeah, I'd rather have Waller though.
Yeah, even if he's not on the field, is
I mean, yeah,
no,
that's
but
a tough one. I
no,
mean, this tight end class is a bigger one than usual, so hopefully we snag somebody good to
no, true.
replace that doesn't get hurt.
True. Hey, I mean, another person that gets hurt a lot is Jimmy G, and we paid him. That's a lot of people say. That's his big Achilles heel. But when he's on the field, man, he wins games, man. And I can't really knock that. So the Raiders signed a plethora of players, not really big name players, but is there a move that stands out to you, like a move that you like the most that we've signed?
Jacoby Myers is the only one. I think we got him for a good deal. I do
Oh
like him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the only one that I like so far.
You know what? I got to agree with you on that. Yeah, Jacoby Myers is a great signing. Yesterday we signed Jordan Willis. That was a great signing as well for the
Yeah,
defense.
actually, I forgot about that one. That's a good
And
one too.
yeah, and
That's
then
a decent. That's like a C plus
yeah,
B. You know what I'm saying?
and also bringing back Jermaine Illuminor was really huge
Yeah.
for this offensive line. I feel like it shares up our offensive line. I mean, we could still go out and get more players to at least what do you call it? We could get more players to at least shore up the offensive line a little bit more. But as far as getting Jermaine Illuminar for a 1 year, $3 million deal, that's a steal as well. So the Raiders are doing these low key type of moves that not a lot of fans are really hyped up about, but I feel like are is really smart. Moving forward. I seen a comment in here that okay, I did lose it. Okay, I lost it, but those are some solid moves for the Raiders. I know yesterday, like we signed with Jacon Johnson. We're bringing in Austin Hooper for a visit tomorrow, so that's
Yeah.
another player that could possibly be on the radar to bring as a tight end. We signed with Cam Sims yesterday. I didn't really get to talk about him. Play for Washington. So, like I said, there's a couple of moves, but there's still a lot of players out there that the Raiders could go out and still sign. To add on to this team. I'm just hoping that they go out and get more defensive players. But with that said, is there another player out there right now that you would want? Oh well, I asked you that already. You said you wanted Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people are looking towards the draft to get you know the next guy to help out with the defense or maybe the offensive side of the ball. We have the seventh overall pick in the NFL draft. Where are you going with that? Are you going defense? You going offense? Who would you draft?
I'm going defense, and I really like what's his name. At seventh overall pick, if he's still available. I mean, I think he should be available, but I'd go with Devin Witherspoon.
Devin Witherspoon. Okay,
I
okay.
like him. I like
Over
him.
over Christian Gonzalez.
I don't think he's gonna be available. I think he's gonna go in the first.
I think it'd be available. I think both corners will be available. But I mean, hey, Witherspoon wouldn't be bad as well if you went
Yeah,
defense.
if Gonzalez, what's his name is available, I'll take him. But I think he's gonna go before.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Christian. If I went defense, Christian Gonzalez would be at the top of my list. Another player that's kind of controversial right now is Jalen Carter. And
Yeah,
I know there's a
core
lot
team.
of Raider fans that are all in on Jalen Carter. And if we draft him, I mean, great. I just
You
have
think he could be available by the seventh pick?
possibly, I think he possibly could be available because of the whole case and stuff like that.
Yeah,
The whole racing and all that thing. I think he could be available for the seventh overall pick. I just have my concerns a little with that, but he's still a great player. The tape shows out. I mean, there was concerns at his pro day. He gained a little bit of weight. He just looked a little slow. But who knows, man? That's
yeah.
that's that's another guy that I wouldn't mind getting, but. That's if I went defense though. I honestly would rather go
Draft a
quarterback.
QB.
I'd go quarterback. And one guy I'm really high on is Will Levis. And looking at it right now, I think he might be available at number 7. If not, then Anthony Richardson. I don't know if he'll be there. Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. I feel like if the Raiders went for a quarterback with the 7th overall pick, I think those one of those two should be there. But I mean that's who I would rather have. Um, but as far as Jalen Carter and whatnot and Christian Gonzalez, like the only reason why I said Jalen Carter is kind of iffy for me is because the situation that happened with Henry Ruggs. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if the Raiders would want to shy away from that instead. Uh, but hey, we're known for getting guys that get locked up. I'm just I mean, but hey, I definitely feel like the Raiders can hit it in this draft. If they can draft well, I feel like we could build a solid foundation at least moving forward. And with all the picks that we got, this is going to be the first official draft that we see Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, have full control over, and they could get the players that they want. So. I mean, number 7. I mean, we'll talk more about the draft and probably the next episode excuse me, of the Oos Nation podcast. But one last question I do want to ask you before we get into all the chat and whatnot is do you trust Josh McDaniels this season? Leading this team with Jimmy G at quarterback. Do you feel like we'll be a much better team this year with Josh McDaniels? And do you even think that he could take us to the playoffs?
That's a hard question.
So, yeah, that's a loaded ass question.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous about this. Like I said, I'm nervous about this season, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
Hopefully, he proves me wrong and a lot of other people wrong, and hopefully he does something this year. Because right now, to me, it looks like a whole nother Denver situation when he was over there at Denver.
Damn. But he took Denver to the playoffs though his first year.
Did he?
Yeah, with Tim Tebow. Remember?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They go to the playoffs, then they lost to I forgot who,
I
but
forgot.
they beat the Steelers.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully he proves me wrong. But I feel like I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about this season. Everything
Yeah,
we got going to all the games. Like last year was a complete letdown.
bro, I know, man. It started feeling depressing going to Raider games. To be honest, last year, and I know we went to Cowboy, and there's some games at the end of the season. I was like, I'd rather watch it at home. And that's how I feel like now. Like, I mean, of course, the home opener wherever we play at, like, I'm gonna be hyped up. I'm gonna want to go, vlog and
Yep.
get that whole thing up, and just especially see how this new Raiders team's gonna look. I mean, we got a new quarterback other than Derek Carr for the first time in the last 9 years. So, I mean, that first game is definitely gonna be it's definitely gonna tell how our season's gonna be. Like if we can win, I don't know who we have week 1, but if we can win week 1, and keep
That'd be
that
the
momentum
that'd be
going.
good. That'd be a great start to win week one.
Oh hell yeah, with a new quarterback and whatnot. Like, I last year I started questioning like whether or not I should keep going to games or just go to one game or 2 games here and there. Because we got we got a lot of plans this year, and it's gonna be a lot of energy. We got
Yeah.
the whole Oos Nation thing going on, the whole blackout thing going on. We got the whole the night before party. We got the signings. We got the party buses, the tailgate, the game, and then the party after. There's a lot of
Yeah.
there's a lot of plans that we're all etching in, and shout out to everybody that's a part of it. But man, these games, man, especially when we lose, it takes up a lot of energy. And for
Yeah.
me, like like sometimes I'm like, man, I just wish I was home. Like, but you know what? But you know
Yeah,
what? That's why I moved here, man. That's why I moved here, and now like, hey, I could go to a game and I could go right back home. I mean, I know
yeah.
you've done that
10
too.
minutes away.
I mean, man, I love Las Vegas, man. But hey, like that's why I moved here. I don't have to drive all the way home feeling sad about a fucking loss. I mean, when we
Oh,
lost
I
to
know, because
that,
that Rams game,
oh,
so me and Raider Puppet, shout out my guy Raider Puppet, but we drove from here the morning of. We left here, what, like 7 o'clock, got
yeah.
out there in time for the tailgate, went to the Rams, Raiders Rams game. After, man, that drive home was horrible.
Oh,
We came
uh,
straight back after that.
for real.
Straight back after that Rams game, and that ride home was just irritating. I was like, come on, how do fuck shit, man? That
Hey,
last minute throw was right there at the end zone where we were sitting. I was like, oh hell no, fuck this, I'm out.
bro, what do you call it? The first week one, bro. Like
Oh yeah,
when we lost to the Chargers, bro, it took me forever to come home, bro. I took like 2 extra days. I
yeah, that's
stopped.
right.
I
Cause
stopped.
I
Yeah,
came back that
I
next
stopped in Apple
morning.
Valley to chill with family, and then stayed there for an extra day. Then finally went home, and I was like, "Fuck, we lost to the Chargers." On to week two, man. Uh, oh, real quick, shout out to James Lillard, man. I'm sorry that I barely seen this right now, but shout out for the 199 donation. He says we still drafting a tight end, probably around the fourth round. Hey, I agree with you. We definitely are getting a tight end. We just don't know when. It's definitely up there it's definitely up there on top of it's definitely up there with defensive players and possibly getting quarterbacks. So I agree with you 100%. Thank you again for the 199 donation, man. But I mean, yeah, like this season, there's a lot of plans. There's a lot of expectations for this team moving forward,
We
and
had a lot going on.
oh, we got a lot going on. Like again, shout out to Uso Nation, shout out to the Blackout crew, man. My guy Cody, my guy Uso Dre. There's a lot of plans up in the works right now, and we're even planning for this podcast to possibly get more players on here and whatnot. I mean, there's a lot of players that we've talked to, so. I mean, we're just trying to get our feet wet right now, and shout out to everybody that's up in the chat right now as well, man. Let me see. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Oh, let me give you my thoughts real quick on Josh McDaniels before we get to the chat and whatnot. But my thoughts this season, I'm really optimistic about the season. I feel like this team will be much better than they were last year. And if you do look at last season's team, we weren't really that bad of a team than the record shows because there was so many games that we could have won. So many
Yeah,
games that we almost came back and we just lost at the end. There's so many games that our defense came through that the offense just didn't come through. And then there was a lot of and then there was a game against the Chiefs where the referees just fucked us over. To be honest with you guys, so you turn around what 3 of those games were a 9-win team, 4 of those games were a 10-win team. So I feel like we were almost there, but there was a lot of inconsistency. And for this offense to have all the weapons that we had at our disposal, and even a solid offensive line. A lot of people like to say that the offensive line was trash, and I believe in the beginning of the season it was trash.
yeah, but they
Against
came through towards
yeah,
the middle end of the
yeah.
season.
In that first game against the Chargers, that offensive line was hella trash, bro. But they started coming together throughout the season, which is why Josh Jacobs ran for how many yards he ran, and really became the rushing leader of the NFL in 2022. But there was so many opportunities that we missed. So I feel like Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna get our players. We're gonna get all of our Patriot players. We're gonna bring them over here. Let's blow this all up, and I'm gonna do it my way now. I try to do it the way that the Raider Nation wanted. Bringing back your quarterback, bringing back the tight end, your slot receiver, even going and getting spending two picks last year. The first and second round pick just to go get Devontae Adams to pair up with Derek Carr, and our offense still looked like trash.
Yeah,
And some of that could be blamed on Josh McDaniels as well. And I'm not gonna let him off the hook. But at the end of the day, the Raiders underperformed to our expectations. So this
hell
year,
yeah.
I feel like this year is going to be better because Josh McDaniels is getting his guys and he's getting a quarterback that already knows the system a lot more than what any other quarterback could. So I have a lot of optimism this year with Derek Carr. I mean, with Derek Carr. I have a lot of optimism with Derek Carr's still in my mind. I gotta get his. Gotta get his name out of my mouth, man. He's not a part of the Raiders no more, man. But anywho, I got a lot of optimism with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler this season, and I do believe that we could go to the playoffs this year. Of course, we got
Okay, man. I
uh,
hope so.
hey, we gotta go, and if we go to the playoffs, man, hey, we got to be there too, man. I'm not gonna say we're gonna take over the AFC West because that's still a tough task, and we learned last year it don't matter what the
Oh
hell.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what the rest of the AFC West does. The Chiefs are still gonna run if they have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and I'm not gonna say that we're gonna take over until we actually do it. So all
Oh,
I can
the
say is that let's sneak into the wild card, bro, and get into the playoffs. At least build something to move forward. But hey, that's just me, guys. But with that said, again, shout out to the chat, shout out to everybody up in here, man. Let's start with this, man. B Torres 75. He says, "Do you think he gets fired this season if he underperforms again?" If you're talking about Josh McDaniels, I think he definitely would be on the hot seat. To be honest
yeah.
with you.
I don't
I,
think he'll get fired, but I think he'll be in the hot seat. He's really he's got to prove himself this season.
I mean, I should
You got to
everybody.
win the fans over, and that's what it is.
It
You
is,
got
it
to get
is, and there's a lot of fans that are split on Jimmy G just as much as they were Derek Carr, and like I've said before in my video is the only way Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, could get the respect that that they want, even Jimmy G to get the respect of the whole Raider Nation is to come over here and win, just win
yeah,
games. As long as we win, the Raider Nation don't care who the quarterback is. They don't care who the coach is. As long as we win, we be good. I mean, that year when we were split on Derek Carr the season we went to the playoffs. Remember
yeah,
that year? A
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
fans were still split on Derek Carr, but leading up to the playoffs when we were winning, 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 nobody cared how bad Derek Carr played or whatnot because he didn't really perform the best, but he was leading us to victories off the back of our special teams, our defense, and even the running game with
All
Josh.
the drama we went through.
Yeah, we went through a lot of shit, but I'm saying like, you know, as long as the Raiders win games, the Raider fans will support and they'll support the quarterback, they'll support the coach. But if they go out there and do what we did last year, throw up a shit show and we lose games like we did, man, we were losing games like Charger fans, bro. We were choking games away, bro. And I mean, one time, okay, but three, four, five times, like, bro, it was getting really tiring, man. And especially covering
Yep.
Raiders, it was tough. But like I said, if we win games, we should be okay. But Raider Nation, everybody up in the chat, if you guys have any questions or whatnot, well, we'll talk about it just a bit before we head out of here. But again, I appreciate everybody that's here and whatnot. I hope I did not. If you guys send a super chat, because this is my first time using this. Somebody did. Oh, shout out to J Bone. Shout out to J Bone. He sent a sticker, a super sticker. It just says game over. But thank you again for the $2 donation, man. Okay, let's see. Oh, Lacerio, okay, we kind of talked about this.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a quick rundown. He says, "How y'all feeling about Cam Newton? He's doing a pro day, man. Uh, like I said, I feel like Cam Newton definitely should be a quarterback in the NFL. At least should have a backup job
Yeah.
somewhere. And if it's here in Las Vegas, I'd be open to it. I know that he's played under Josh McDaniels before. Didn't really have a lot of success, but he did have a little bit of spurts of doing real well in the system. But I mean, again, how do you feel about this?
I mean, I'll take him as a QB2 for sure. Somebody if Jimmy G gets hurt.
No, for
Hey,
sure.
one moment. My bad, my little one.
No, he good. Is I mean, yeah, I mean, Cam Newton still. I feel like
Take mommy her phone.
he still got some skill set to still be a NFL quarterback. But whether or not it's here in Las Vegas, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Uh, shout out to my wife, man. She says, "How long are you guys gonna be going live for?"
Her.
Don't worry, for another hour now. Now that you put that in there, we're gonna go on for another hour. No, I'm just joking. Um, let's see. Okay, Jack Kenna, man. Shout out to my guy Jack Kenna, man. He says, if you are the GM, what are you doing at pick number 7? Again, this is something that we already kind of talked about. But if it was entirely up to me, I want to go. Oh man, it's tough, man. Whether or not to get a quarter. You know what? I do want to get a quarterback so badly, but I have to say that I would go with Christian Gonzalez. Sure up that cornerback room. If not Christian Gonzalez, if one of these defensive linemen are still available, then go in that direction. I know that earlier I said that I wanted to get a quarterback. I do want. I'm so torn, because I know that we could build our defense. We could definitely build our defense.
That's what I want to do in the draft. I want to build a defense. Fuck the bullshit. Get the best defensive players you
Yeah,
can in the draft.
like I want to get a quarterback because that's such a like like it's such a great position. I mean, not, like it's one of those sexy picks in
Yeah.
the like getting a quarterback, getting a running back, getting a wide receiver. Like those are like, or even a top defensive player. But for the Raiders that are really QB needy right now, Jimmy G, we don't know. I mean, knock on wood. I don't know how long he's gonna be lasting throughout the season, but what do you call it? Having a sure rookie that could possibly back up or learn the system throughout this year, then I feel like that's the way we should go. But then again, there's a lot of great defensive talent in this year's draft, especially in the first round. And I feel like Christian Gonzalez is going to be a star this year, bro. Like he's going to be one of those cornerbacks that we as a Raider Nation have been missing for a long, long time. So like it's got to be a quarterback or Christian Gonzalez. Jalen Carter's iffy for me though. But I mean, well, for you, I mean, like we said, we talked about this, but I guess we'll just answer it right now. What are you doing at pick number 7? Who you getting? You can let them know
I
who you.
mean, yeah. If Gonzalez is available, I'll take him. Witherspoon, Jalen Carter. I mean, I don't think Gonzalez or Jalen Carter is going to be available by the seventh pick, but
That's
whoever is the best, I take.
for sure. So I mean, what do you call it? I guess we answered your question. We gave you a whole group of different options, but it is what it is. Foxdale says, if they take Will Levis at 7 instead of defense, I'll keep on his face. Oh, Kaipu. Is it Kaipu? That's how you spell it is? I don't know why I thought it was K.
I don't think so.
I was like, yeah. I know what you're saying, though, Fox. Hey, Will Levis is in the back quarterback, y'all, man. Yeah. Hey, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I like him, but I want a defense.
No, I understand it. I definitely understand it, man. Let me go down. I think I see some super chats. Again, bear with me. This is my first time using this. Let me see. Okay, shout out to Daniel Kim, man. Again, man. Oh, let me give you.
My neck and my back.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Danny Kim for the 499 donation. He says, first time catching the O's Nation live. Let's go. Raiders.
Yes,
Yo, man.
sir.
Shout out to my guy, Daniel Kim. He's always been one of those loyal supporters on the channel and whatnot. And yeah, this is our first time going live. Definitely not our last time. So right now, like I said before, man, we're just trying to get our feet wet right now, trying to get used to it. And you guys are going to see a lot more of us, especially in the next coming days. And like I said before, hopefully we get one of these players on here real soon, man. Let's see. Raider Ross says, what you feel our biggest need is?
Defense.
Defense, but specifically on the defensive side, I feel like for me, we're missing a defensive tackle, like a star defensive tackle or a solid defensive tackle that could take over the game. We haven't had a defensive tackle and linebacker. Those are the two positions on the defensive side that we have not addressed. I mean, at all. I mean, we got
Yeah.
Denzel Perriman, who's been solid for us, but can't cover for shit.
Yeah.
We had Corey Littleton a couple years ago. I know the Oos knows Corey Littleton. They close like that, but he was a big free agent signing for us, but really didn't pan out as much as we expected him to be. So I mean,
Yeah.
defensive side of the ball is definitely a big need for us, and those are positions, man. Don't get put on. Oh, okay. I think he's writing of what I said about my wife. Oh, shout out.
My neck and
Yes,
my
sir.
back.
Hey, could you hear that? Is
Yeah, I could hear it.
okay. So shout out to Alex Tehran for the 199 donation. He says they need to draft quarterback CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. Ooh, I mean, I'm a big CJ Stroud fan. I would love to see CJ Stroud in the silver and black. But will the Raiders draft him? I don't think so.
Will he be available? That's the question.
I don't think so. I
Yeah, me
mean,
neither.
he could be available. I mean, Stroud could be available, but no. Never mind. They're not going to be available because I just remembered that the Panthers traded up to the number one overall pick, and they're getting one of these guys. They're going to get CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, and then the Texans are taking whoever other than that. And how much that the price that the Panthers paid to move up, who's
Yeah, they
hell
gave an arm and a leg.
hell no. This Raiders team right now, we need as many picks as we can get, and we need as many players as we could get in the NFL draft. Man, did you see that report? The Raiders actually reached out to the Bears for the number one overall pick.
Yeah, I seen that, but they were asking for too much.
Bro, they were asking for this year's first and second, next year's
Next
first
year,
and second,
yeah,
the next year's first, in a fourth round pick.
that's too much. Hell no.
Them motherfuckers tripping, bro. Hell no. Hell,
They got they did get the what was it, the Panthers. They got them good.
yeah, they gotta go. But hey, the Panthers been needing a quarterback ever since Cam Newton left, and I know they're probably like, fuck this. We're just gonna go get our guy now because they try to what they try to make it work with Sam Darnold. They try to make it work with Baker Mayfield, and
You know,
they were like, fuck it, bro. Man, I can't believe we still lost to Baker Mayfield, man.
I know, right?
We
Man,
lost to Baker Mayfield, bro. I mean, hey, if you lose to Baker Mayfield, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But hey, the Panthers, they moved up. There's no way we're gonna get CJ Stroud or Bryce Young unless we move up to the number two spot. And I doubt that the Texans aren't gonna want to move away from that position unless we give up a big package. Pause. But shout out to Alex again for the donation, man. Again, I see Jack Ken up in here. Let me hit the Yes, sir.
In my back.
Shout out to Jack Kennel for the $2 donation, man. Says just because to catch your live. Hey, yo, I appreciate that. It's 100%, man. You guys don't have to donate, but we always appreciate whenever you guys do, man. What else? What else we got up in here, man? Uncle Rico. He says, "What if we get a quarterback? We had a Pro Bowler and MVP candidate and couldn't win with an elite offense because we got no defense." And
and
man,
that's why I say draft the fucking defense.
hey, it's true.
Use all the picks on the defense.
But he says, what if we get a quarter? Oh, if we do get a quarterback, then we draft defense with the rest of the picks. We got like 10 picks or 11 picks up in
No,
the draft.
12. We got 12 picks
12
in the
picks in
draft.
the goddamn, man. We got a lot of picks up in the draft, man. But
I'm excited for it because I want to see what Zingler does. He
well, what?
did real good. I said I'm excited for the draft. I want to see who Zingler picks.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean he did great over there at Patriots and went to stay over there. So I'm looking forward to that.
This is gonna be their first time drafting in the first round, in the second
Yeah.
round. I mean, last year we linked up for the draft last year. We had to wait two whole rounds to finally
Two all
select
around.
somebody. And we got,
Yeah.
I mean, shout out, we got what's it? I'm already forgetting names out here. Oh, Dylan Parham. We got Dylan Parham, and he's been a solid staple on the offensive line. I mean, we had a couple of solid pickups. I mean, I still don't understand why the Raiders went and drafted Zamir White. You know what? I do understand because they thought that he was gonna be the replacement for Josh Jacobs, and I mean, he's still
Josh
young right
Jacobs
now,
balled out.
but Josh is like, you know what? Bet you guys draft this kid, he ain't gonna see the field. But hey, I mean, Josh Jacobs showed out. And who else did we draft last year? Oh, we got Butler, Malcolm Butler, or not Malcolm Butler. We got it is Malcolm
New, was it New?
Kuntz. No. Malcolm Kuntz was a different year. Malcolm Kuntz was Mike Malcolm. We got
Yeah, you
Isaiah.
said Malcolm, so yeah, it threw me off
I
right
don't,
there.
I kind of forgot all top of my head. What else? Let's see what we got over here, man. Ray Love says, porn star Jimmy is taking us to the Super Bowl, and Will Levis won't be a Raider. Face green, face green. I don't know why it doesn't show the emojis on there, but I mean, I think I'm not gonna lie. I can see Jimmy G as a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. Will we win? I don't know, but we still gotta see what the rest of the season portrays, though. You know, we still got to build that defense. We still got to continue to build on the offensive side of the ball. We do got a lot of solid wide receivers on the roster right now, and I don't think we're gonna trade. Oh, I'm not gonna talk too soon, but I didn't talk about this just yet. But do you, speaking of offensive weapons and all the wide receiver we brought in, we brought in Philip Dorsett, we got Cam Sims, we brought back Keelan Cole, we still have Devontae Adams on the team right now. Hunter Renfro is another
Kobe
name.
Myers.
Oh yeah, we got Jacoby Myers, but Hunter Renfro is a name that's been brought up in trade talks as well as Darren Waller. Obviously, Darren Waller got traded away, but I know that his money hit what like a couple days ago,
Yeah.
and I mean, a lot of us could say that it's safe that he's going to be here in Las Vegas for this year. But then I seen another report. Hold on, let me pull it up. I seen another report. Somebody tweeted this. I think it was Hondo Carpenter. Carpenter. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, it was Hondo Carpenter. Carpenter. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway. Okay, so this is what he said. This is what he tweeted out. Just spoke with two NFL execs about my previous report that the Raiders were getting calls on Renfro and listening. They said not hearing anything imminent, but I would be shocked if he's a Raider when the season starts. A lot of smoke. We shall see. I will remain on it. So with that being said, I mean, he's basically saying that he would be surprised if Hunter Renfro was still Raider in 2023. So, do you think the Raiders could possibly be trading Hunter Renfro away?
I hope not. I love Hunter Renfro.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, he's got that crazy three-step move he does. I mean, he's
yeah,
third in Renfro, bro. We can't get rid of him.
yeah. I mean, even though we didn't see a lot of that last year, but
I
you know,
know. But still, one season out of the few seasons since he being drafted, I feel like he needs to stay a Raider. I really like the dude, man.
I agree with you 100% too. Hunter Renfro, he didn't really have the best season last year. I mean, compared to his prior season, when he really
Yeah,
called out. But I still feel like he could be a solid slot receiver in this offense if healthy. But again, with this acquisition and whatnot, uh, with all the pieces that we brought in a lot of wide receivers that could take over his spot. But Hunter Renfro still is a Pro Bowl wide receiver, and I feel like he'll still stay as a Raider. If not, then I mean that's gonna be huge. That means that Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler are just gonna blow the whole thing up, you know.
yep.
But what it is, man. Okay. Oh, what do you think about Hendon Hooker? I see this from Houston from LA. Do you know Hendon Hooker? I honestly, I
I seen a little bit. You talking about from college, right?
yeah, from Tennessee. Tennessee.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I seen a little bit of him. I got to do my a little more research on him.
No, I feel it, Deuce. Same here. I know he dealt with an injury, which is what put him out for the rest of the college season, and he's still going to need time to heal up. When he does get drafted, that's why he's going to be available later, like what, second, third, fourth round, depending. But I think he's a solid option for the Raiders if they don't draft a quarterback in the first round. But if I had to choose between Will Levis and Hendon Hooker, I'm still leaning towards Will Levis.
Yeah,
I mean, what is your thoughts on you at least know the top four quarterbacks, right? Bryce
yeah,
Young,
yeah.
CJ Stroud, Anthony
I
Richardson, and Will
like what.
Levis.
Yeah,
Who's your favorite out of those? If you had to, okay, between
and I'm a
Will
gambler.
Levis and Anthony Richardson, if they were both available at number 7, and you're thinking about a quarterback, who would you pick?
I mean, and Anderson's a freak. Richardson is a freak of nature. You know what I mean? I would take a chance. I'm a gambler. I'm a
Yeah,
risk taker. Everybody that knows me knows that. We're in Vegas. I take a shot. I take a gamble on fucking Richardson, bro. That could either really pay off, but
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean.
I mean,
I would like to see Richardson.
the skills are there. The skills are there
Yeah,
for Anthony Richardson, and I mean, right now, the Raiders are in position to give a quarterback some time to sit. That's why I wouldn't mind a Hendon Hooker. That's why I wouldn't mind a Will Levis. I wouldn't even mind Anthony Richardson. You bring him in, you don't throw him in there into the fire, but we got a lot of fire weapons on the firepower on the offensive side of the ball right now. So I mean, like you said, he has a much higher ceiling than any of these quarterbacks in the NFL draft this year. But then he has a really low floor, so that's where a lot of teams don't know what to do. But I feel like the combine really helped him out. But
yeah,
I know the combine ain't the end all be all, but we definitely, he definitely could be a quarterback to watch out for, especially for the silver and black. Um, shout out to shout out to
in my
Yes,
back.
sir.
What
Hey,
up,
what's up?
Pinoy?
No, that's not Pinoy. Is
Well, I
that?
know
Oh,
Filipino, so.
shout out Pinoy Raider. Filipino Raider, man. Hey, real quick, I gotta get your sound bit on here. Just say Raiders, bitch. But
Raiders, bitch.
shout out to Filipino Raider for the $5 donation, man. He says, "What is your prediction of the Raiders record this season?" I say 10-7, making a wild card spot. Man,
That would be lovely.
like I look, he don't want to make a prediction, but then I mean, I just throw a number out there. I guess I think we could win. What do you think? Is we're
Hey,
gonna,
our predictions last year were hella wrong, and
hey,
I
hey,
honestly don't
our
want
prediction we had what, like 12 wins. I forgot what it was, but golly, I mean, we'll dive deep into it when the time comes and go over the schedule like one by one
to. Yeah.
each team. But just for you Filipino Raider, because you donated, I'll say that we'll win 9 games.
Yeah.
I go a little lower, man. I gotta keep
I'm gonna have to concur with that.
expectations a little low, man, because
I'm praying for 9 wins.
I'm praying for 9 at least. I want to get 9 wins in the first 9 weeks.
Yeah. I'll be happy if we get 9 wins. I'll be happy with that.
I don't know how I would feel, but I mean, hey, a win is a win. Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby. Again, thank you so much for the donation, man. I know that there was another super chat somewhere. Okay, I'm just going down the whole list. How's everything going so far? This is You don't need to go right away, right?
No, I'm good.
Okay, okay. We got a couple of minutes. I know we're just trying to hang out with the Raider Nation, man. Shout out to the 172 people that are up in the chat right now. If you guys haven't already, man, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and whatnot. And also subscribe to the USO Mr. Fitz as well, man. Let them know where they can find you.
Mr. Fitz, FITZ 714, all platforms: TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah,
and
he
the
got a YouTube
pranks.
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the pranks are coming soon, man. I'm gonna. You guys think those videos that I did during the season were funny? I'm really gonna be fucking with fans this opposing fans this season.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna take it up a notch and probably get assaulted for some of the shit I'm gonna do.
Don't worry, we'll hire Us Protection.
Yeah, we'll have security there.
I was just
There
joking.
was a couple times like that Niner prank with the gay bar shit I did that fans wanted to fuck me up right there. Same thing with the Charger game when I went to, what was it, Thunder Alley, and asking them trick gay questions. Some of them got really pissed off.
Hey, just know that this year, man, the skits, the TikToks, the reels, even the pranks with the ooze, we're gonna turn it up a notch this year, man. A lot of content coming your way, man, and I love it, bro, because you know it's one thing to just sit here talk Raiders all the time. I like to get out. It's like I like to do shit like the skits that we do, like even that last minute skit that you remember that skit, the one we did at your house with Dom,
Yeah,
the in the locker room one. That
yeah.
shit was on top of the dome, bro. Like we were
Yeah, that
just
was
doing there,
literally 10 minutes of you writing and
bro.
putting it together.
I think we just got to sit together and then be like, what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, do this. Whoa, whoa. And shout out to Mikey Visions. He did your last one or the
The
Skittles one with
Skittles.
you, and
Thanks to
he
everybody.
shot it nicely though too.
Bro, yeah, the way I visioned it in my head, he put it on the camera and it came out dope.
But can't oh man, I want to see it. Can I see if I pull it up? Is it too much if I pull this shit up? Okay, I don't know if I'm
Skittles, taste of the
away from.
rainbow.
Let's see, because Raider Nation, like I said, like I love like sitting here talking to you guys, give you guys the updates on everything. I've been doing this shit for a long time, so it's fun. Then it does get a little hectic here and there, like just trying to talk about this, but just getting out and trying to enjoy. That's why I love doing the vlogs. That's why I like to interview the fans, and I want to do more of that this year. Even just fuck around with people, like go on a strip and just ask them Raider questions, like and a lot of people on the strip don't give a fuck about the Raiders. They're like, what the fuck? But like, it'll be good. Just getting reactions, man. I think that's something that we're definitely going to be trying to shoot for this season. But I have never done a share screen. Let me see. Um,
Yeah, you gonna pull up the Skittles video?
yeah, I'm gonna pull up a couple videos. This.
Was
Okay, unlock.
it a touchdown? Right, I tell you about the off-duty cop that got hella mad at me.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
is
was.
it showing on the screen? Wait, no. Is it? Does it show on the screen?
No, I can't see nothing.
Utah. Oh, okay, it's right there. It's right there. I didn't see it. Okay, let me pull it up. How would this work?
Oh, there we
Um,
go.
hold on. Let's see. Okay, this is my first time doing this, guy. So I'm gonna get this a little bit. Shit. Okay. Okay, so you can see it, right?
Yep.
where's where is it at? Let me see.
Gotta
Oh, right
scroll
here.
down a little bit.
Y'all check this one out. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Touchdown! That was fun.
You know what's really fun? A Skittle shower.
What's that?
He was gonna choke during that video.
This one.
Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
Bro, but that, I mean, that's just one of that. Like, bro, that. How do I go back now? How the fuck do I go back? Oh, here we go. Wait, no. Oh, let me take this off. All right, there we go. Okay, good. We see each other, right? Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna get more, but that shit, bro, that shit had me dying when I did it. And I was supposed to be there. I was so mad, bro.
I know. I was like,
Hey,
man, I want.
hey, being a new father is it's a little hard, bro.
It's tough. I remember those
I
days.
mean, I love every part of it though. I love my daughters to death now, but having
Enjoy them while they're young.
you always
'Cause
say
if they
that.
get if they get older and they want to do their own thing, that's irritating.
Well, I'm definitely bringing her to a lot of Raider games. That's for sure. She gonna be repping, man. Hey, I just got her a Derek Carr jersey too on sale. So I gotta get that Derek Carr on the cheap. While he's not here no more. But you know what? Getting back, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more. But I do want to get to the super chats that were up in the building. Shout out to Alex Teron for the 199 donation. Ooh, my neck and my back. He says Tuli Pelotu is a must to pick up in the draft. You know this
From USC, right?
USC, yeah, from
Yeah,
USA.
that would be in
Bro, you know what? If I was the Raiders, I'm picking up all Usos, even Tokos. I'm getting all the polys out there, man. Go get Noah Sewell. Go get who else is out there? Go get Siaki Ika, bro. Have you seen him? Check him
yeah.
out from Baylor. It was that dude nice, and he could be a solid defensive tackle for us in the second round, I think. So I mean, hey, he'd be a perfect pick. I'd pick him up. I don't care how great Ous has been in college. Bring him over here, and we gonna rock with him, man. Like we did Isaiah Polamau. Like
Yeah,
we did
he did insane last year.
Isaiah Polamau. We did that with him
Yeah,
last year. We had Marcus Mariota, my cousin. Um,
our cousin.
our cousin, from our sister's mother's brother.
our cousin's first
Yeah,
cousin.
it's somewhere in there in the bloodline, news. So
Yeah,
we're all related. So that's why I said I don't mind bringing on Usos. I wish we had a solid, solidified Us. You know what? I should have got me a fucking Marcus Mariota jersey when he was here, bro. I still hate myself for that though. Man, I am so behind on these comments though. I'm just hoping I didn't miss a super chat because I know people pay money just to. Okay, okay. I think I caught up. I think I called up. Called up. Oh, hey. One of those who says Mr. Fitz is a goat with the Raider TikToks. Yeah,
thank
he
you,
is, bro.
thank you.
He big on TikTok, bro. I'm trying to get on his level. Well, it's so crazy because we have so many. I have so many ideas. You have so many ideas, but I just never put it. I never put it together. Like I never like I have a lot in my notes and stuff like that and my fucking phone, bro. But man, like
When I
like
get this upcoming season, I got videos ready. So that way I just record it if I haven't. I have the ideas. Some of them
yeah.
are already pre-recorded. That way, going into this next season, I'm gonna drop, 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 drop. The only thing I want to worry about really this season is my pranks.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
I'm gonna focus on the opposing teams like Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs. I
yeah.
want to fuck with those fans specifically.
Oh man. I mean, yeah. I would be there. It's gonna be interesting to see how that all goes down, though, man. It's
The
gonna be.
microphone prank's gonna be a good one. I think so.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they're ready for that. Oh man, but what do you call it? Man, we are going on an hour. It was, man, this is our very first time. I think it went pretty well, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now, man.
Much love, much love.
What do you call it? Everybody that's up in the chat. Wait, someone said, "Look at some more. He wanted to taste the." Yo, chill, bro. He said he wanted to taste the rainbows. Uh. Oh, Yota says, even when we lose, it eases the pain, bro. Sometimes we just gotta laugh at ourselves, bro. Especially the Raiders, bro.
Yeah, you gotta laugh, talk shit, no matter the situation.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or tie, I'm talking shit. I don't give a fuck.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, man, it's Raider or die, bro. Raider Nation for life. And I don't know how this team's gonna do this year. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but as long as we win, like I said before, man, we should be in good hands. Let me see. I don't know if anything went on today. I hope nothing goes on today. I'm trying to relax today. Uh, I guess nothing. Oh, real quick, I wanted to ask you real quick about this. Yo, Juju Smith, did you want him on the Raiders or no?
I would take him. I know for a fact that him and his family are Raider fans. Besides, his father. His father's a Steeler fan, but
Yeah,
like LT and all them, they're all Raider fans.
yeah.
So it would have been dope to have him on the Raiders. He's a USO, you know what I mean? He's
Man,
a Raider fan.
I've always been pounding the table to get Juju over here, but man, he signed to the Patriots. He got a big contract over there, so
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
he got his ring, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to get paid now," you know.
Yeah.
And I know the Raiders were going to pay. I know the Raiders weren't going to pay him that much, though. I mean, we paid Jacoby Myers around the same, I think, but Jacoby Myers is a much better quarterback.
And he knows the
Quarterback,
system.
wide receiver. I mean, and what? Yeah, and he knows the system already. But I mean, with that being said, again, Raider Nation, man, I appreciate everybody coming along for the very first episode. We're gonna do a lot more of these, at least once a week. I know this was kind of thrown together just a little bit last minute because mostly my schedule as a new father. But shout out to Fitz for coming through again. Like I said, we got a lot of things going on. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. You can find me on Instagram at SamoanRaider. You find me here at SamoanRaider, and Mr. Fitz, where they can find you at again.
Mr. Fitz 714 _ on everything. TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, all that.
Yeah, for shows. So with that being said, Raider Nation, man, until the next show, man, we'll catch you guys later. Let's go.
Raiders